like to wish Fluent Learning every success in the future. Congratulations on this fabulous refurbishment that they've done, and yeah, upward and onward, and every success in the future. Yeah, I hereby
give him a round of applause.
Eva's fans have put
To do what?
See Eva's fans.
Hang on. I'm hammering it for the camera.
I'm mopping. Mike, come on.
You can make one of them DIY YouTube vids. You know what?
How to?
Yeah, you know when people like click on like, how do you hang a picture frame on a door? Wow. You nail it in, get it wrong, move it up again, and then in the end, you've got it right. And then you hang this up like that. I reckon a DIY YouTube vid.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
And then you think to yourself, maybe when someone slams the door that'll fall down, but then you leave it because that's their problem. Just let them know you need, like this. Totally gamble on where you need it to be. If it's wrong, don't worry about it, fix it later. Hang it up, just like that. That's bang on. First time, there we go, brilliant. Again, someone else slams the door, they'll test whether it stays up or not. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it totally suits us. It was literally like,
just do this.
someone's given a blueprint, yeah.
Yeah, and also said, this is what 14 years of making mistakes has got us to.
Yeah. Almost like,
So you don't have to.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have to.
I know. Is that all you want to know?
Yeah, I mean, it depends where we're playing, of course, but we're playing in the theatre.
I just think it's worth having someone say, I've been working with Fluent, it made a massive difference. Hi, alright.
Hello, nice meeting you.
Alright, how you doing?
Hi, Jill.
Hiya, you alright? We started just working out of our front rooms basically, and then we got that part of the building over there originally. What year did we move into there, Jane?
2011.
And then the business next door moved out, they had a room, so we banged through basically and got their extra bit as well. And then this bit had stood empty for years, hadn't it? It was horrible.
Cobwebs.
So we kept looking, we knew we needed to expand, and we kept looking at it.
We kept walking around, didn't we?
And I kept saying no, I kept going, nah, this is just awful, we can't, because it basically was part of the old people's home.
Yeah.
So I walked in, it was like a scene out of Derek. You know, but like Derek that had been derelict for like 20 years.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't nice, was it?
No, it
was
wasn't.
musty and it's just old.
All
So,
the carpets smelled, we can imagine the smell.
but then really we thought, it's attached to our other building, are we going to get better than this? Do you know, because it was either a case of moving lock, stock and barrel or taking this on.
Location-wise, we wouldn't have come anywhere
Nah.
like this.
So we took it on and spent quite a bit of money doing it up and getting it. But you can see, I mean, you look around and you can see stuff, you know, that's still like, and like little alarm buttons, alarm buttons up there, and you can see all sorts of stuff that's effectively.
After Jane mentioned it yesterday, I thought, oh yeah.
Inside I did. Inside I was in bits.
Holding back now.
No, I was like, oh, you're right, you're fine. And as soon as she went, yeah, I was like, way. The idea really was just to get a few people here who have been before, if you haven't, and obviously get Trevor, the Mayor of North Lincolnshire, has kindly come along to officially open our kind of centre and our training room. Now I know for those of you that have done training in here, you're thinking, oh, it's been open a little while. Yes, it has, but we've never really officially marked it because we've spent a lot of time kind of doing this place up. And our big vision for it really in the end is we actually want this to be a bit of a hub within North Lincolnshire for local businesses and organisations and whoever it is, where there's just a whole load of professional and personal development happening in this room and this place. That's our kind of big vision for it. We obviously use this place quite a lot for our own stuff, for our coaching courses, for our training, for our coaching that takes place here. But we just want more and more people to make use of it really, and just to come along and it's the kind of place, and we put it on our material, it says that a place you'll fall in love with, and it's the kind of place that when people come do training here, we almost can't get them to go home. They just want to stay and hang around and be part of it, and we just know it's a great venue and a great place for people. It's just got a lovely feel, so please go away and tell people about it. We'll obviously get something in the press about the official opening of this as well, but the more you can just talk about it and let people know it's here, because it's a little bit of probably North Lincolnshire's best kept secret when it comes to training rooms at the minute, and just facilities for people. So the more people that we get using it, the better for us.
Right, ladies and gents, I want you somewhere in between that sign and that sign. Yeah, there's no sherry on this job. Oh, you're holding it like that. I don't know what you're not playing a bass guitar. Leave it there, Trevor. This is a practice one, this, so no fingers. Remember that, mate.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
It's a privilege to be here this morning. It's I like to say wherever I go, and it's absolutely true, North Lincolnshire is buzzing, and I'd like to wish Fluent Learning every success in the future. Congratulations on this fabulous refurbishment that they've done, and yeah, upward and onward, and every success in the future. Yeah, I hereby
Give him a round of
officially open
applause.
it.
That's good.
Cracking.
On my wedding day, I remember, like, so you're talking almost 15 years ago, I said to the photographer, can you just wander around and just take pictures? Do you know, like, real stuff, like, not kind of like cheesy post. I mean, we've got a bit of both, but I just like the real stuff, mate, you know, we're just capturing, like me doing this now. That's a cup of coffee. So you insert a couple of sweeteners like this. These probably will kill you, they're not very stir. Both ways if you want, both ways. You mix up a little bit. A little tap, always double tap. Place it down, wander off. Smoke and music at this point, Mike. I know you're quite new to Fluent in the sense that you've kind of come across us quite recently. So the bit I'm just interested now you'd sum up what you've found, you know, in terms of Fluent as a company, as an organisation. What we're like.
A willingness and a desire to create change for the better in everybody you deal with, as opposed just to turning up, taking the money and saying, there, we've had a chat.
Yeah.
There is a definite need and a definite desire to see improvement in either their business or in their personal life. It goes beyond just business, it's a whole package, is my view.
Something that would be a benefit to them with either their business or their personal life, or both really, because you've got something here to offer everybody in all areas, if you like.
We're going to take quite a bit of Maxwell's principles because of the simplicity of it, and I love simplicity. I love stuff that's quite complicated but somebody's made simple. Love it. Fascinating stuff. He's an absolute genius, but one of the things he said that I really loved, especially in the work I did with coaching, was that what he noticed really, that the real change that happened in people wasn't moving from fixed point A to fixed point B. It was actually the move from being fixed and rigid themselves, like, I'm not changing, this is how I do stuff, to a place of, he almost describes it as changiness.
To becoming fluid.
To becoming fluid, flexible, to becoming fluent in some ways. It sounds a bit cheesy, but that's almost it, that they can flow and adapt and move, and he says that almost is the biggest, because he says it's possible to go from fixed point A to fixed point B, and many people do, and then on to C and D, but actually he's saying the bigger change is the internal change of going from a rigid self-structure to something that just flows and adapts and moves and is open and can work with stuff, roll with stuff. He's bang on, he's absolutely bang on with that. That's the difference I notice a lot in coaching as well. When I work with someone, they start with almost this, this is who I am.
And I'm not changing.
And I'm not changing, and I don't, don't need even though they've come to coaching, so they kind of do.
I just want you to confirm I'm right, that's why I'm here.
To a point where then people are almost just able to roll with stuff and flow with it, and they're moving forward. But my idea of it, and you know, Roger's uses this, but it's this idea of almost moving forward in a very fixed way. You know, like to move
series of steps,
moving a bit like a river. Do you know, like almost you're moving forward, it's rolling, but it might double back on itself. It might head over some rapids.
Get diverted slightly.
Well, we run our business a bit like that, in the sense that we know where we want to head, we know where we want to go, but it's not a motorway to
Yeah.
get there. It's going to be a river,
Yeah.
and we're going to
It's
roll
a
with it.
journey.
Yeah, we're going to roll. And actually, for me, the journey bit of it is the best bit.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
It's
fun
the
part.
best bit.
Yeah.
It's the most exciting.
Yeah.
It's the not
the
knowing
people.
what's around the corner bit.
Yeah.
It's the something's just popped up. I've learned something new. I love that bit. So there's this sense of, you know, the long-term vision of we know where we want to head, but I can't tell you day by day exactly how we're going to get there.
Yeah.
We're just going to find a way to roll and make it.
And it's being adaptable, isn't it, to change the
Stuff
things that
pops
get
up, doesn't
thrown up. How to do a reclaim, re-establish identity to get the domain name back, so that we can.
How did you find it then, the time that you spent with Jane?
Really good.
Yeah.
I think it was, the biggest thing I got out of it was an improvement in clarity
Yeah.
as to where, you know, what's got to be done, specific tasks,
Yeah.
and focus about, you know, the way forward. And I think it was very, very good in that. And obviously Jane had some good, just straightforward points of view that I thought were really good that came out of it.
Brilliant. And I know you've come across Fluent fairly recently, but I'm just interested how you found us really. Just kind of how you found us as a company, as an organisation.
Brilliant. Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
James seems very knowledgeable, and like I say, I see it week in, week out. It's very friendly, and you know exactly what you'd like from a coach, I suppose. That's what you'd want.
Brilliant. Great. Thanks for that.
No worries.
Really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging
Not
on
a
for it as
problem.
well.
Motivational speaker.
Ah, how are you getting on with that?
Writing a book at the minute.
Right.
So I've sort of put the speaking bits on hold.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the book done.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to stand up, talk, and then say my book's available at the bottom. of the room.
Yeah. I'm trying to write a book as well.
And obviously I can put a zero on the end of my fee then as well as a speaker if you
Yeah.
speaker and author.
Yeah, if you've got that, yeah. Brilliant. How far in are you?
I've written 11 chapters.
Brilliant. Style or look of it. Do you know, as in ongoing wise, or would it be a case of having to keep it like with the website and stuff? It's the next step for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Top level navigation or secondary.
You send it over as you've done it, and we can just keep up to date.
So much for
Thank you.
coming today.
Yes.
I really
Yeah, thanks for
appreciate
coming this
it.
morning.
Pleasure, thank you for inviting us.
Nice to meet you. You've got a lot of cake to eat, guys.
I might look at it like every now and again, just for a laugh. Just because I know you're trying to get like real footage, and every now and again I go,
Yeah, it'll be good night.
see you later.
Yeah,
Thanks
see
a
you
lot.
later, bye.
Okay, so hold on, you alright with this one? Good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good, it went well.
Nice little bit.
Once a week,
Yeah.
get them to socialise, etc. etc.
Yeah, so there's a whole load of like subtle, about 20-ish. Yeah, okay. So in a sense of, you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. Being, they're still happening, aren't they?
Yeah.
So what's the, almost like, what's the big deal with it? Like, so that would be really interesting as a group to almost look at,
Yeah.
I think,
Most
you know,
definitely.
what's really going on. So some of this might actually, but in terms of like motivation for people, I imagine, and I don't know them, but I imagine most of your clients are extrinsically motivated, like externally motivated, rather than intrinsically motivated. Because if they were,
Wow.
because
Yeah.
the hook and what you're really doing can be two different things. They really can be two different things. You write a statement out, and then everyone has their name written on a sheet of paper, and they get to put their name as close to that statement or as far away as they want, depending on how much they agree with it.
Oh, okay.
Because then it just starts to spark some discussion. There's no right or wrong with it. So rather than going, what do you think about da-da-da-da, people going, I don't know. You're almost getting to do something so that they can then. This is my idea. I got this off a bloke called Nick Luxmore. He was writing his book about doing counselling work with young people. But it's just a great exercise where it just gets people talking. So I think there's a few of them that we could throw in.
Absolutely.
And also after day one, if you're kind of like, oh, we really need to put that in day two.
Sure.
Yeah, we can do that. So there's a bit of you, having a bit of input with it and tweaking it. Or
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Take
See you soon.
care. Bye.
Well, it's nice, isn't it?